Okay, are we ready? We are, okay. I need a motion to come out of executive session. Councilmember Adamczak, seconded by Councilmember Kaminsky. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. We're going to start the regular meeting now. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please continue to stand as we have a moment of silence for our veterans. Okay, please be seated. Madam Clerk, could we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Christine Adamczak. Here. Councilmember Linda Hammer. Here. Councilmember Gerald Kaminsky. Present. Councilmember Brian Nowak.
Present.
Councilmember Brian Pilarski.
Present.
Councilmember Richard Rusiniak.
Here.
And Supervisor Diane Benchkowski.
Here. Okay, we have 7 present tonight. No recognition. First public comment period. This is an opportunity for residents to comment on items appearing on the agenda, comments only, of the town board meeting tonight. The public comment period should last 15 minutes maximum. Each speaker may speak only once, and each speaker shall be limited to a maximum of 3 minutes speaking time. I'm going to leave this sheet out. If anybody decides to speak at the end of the meeting, please sign this last sheet. You can speak on anything. Okay, there's nobody to speak on related to agenda items, so we'll move on to the public hearings.
A call for public hearing was made at the June 22nd Town Board meeting, Resolution Item 2021-320, to consider adopting a new comprehensive plan. Additional public hearings were held at the Town Board meeting of July 13th, July 27th, and August 10th, as well as a separate informational meeting for residents that was held on Wednesday, August 4th at 5:30 p.m. in the council chambers. All persons wishing to provide comments could appear in person at any of the meetings or submit them to the town clerk's office to be read and saved as part of the permanent record. The town clerk's office has received no additional comments since the August 10th town board meeting.
Dave User, did you cross your name out?
Yeah, I crossed it out. I signed it wrong, like
Yeah, it was like a little line there. Okay, so we don't have anybody to speak on the comprehensive plan tonight, so do we still want to continue to keep this open? Or can we move on, close the hearing, and finally get to adopt the... Is everybody in favor?
I know that we told at the presentation, there was a request to put an amendment in there or an addition about historic preservation. Is there language that was proposed on that?
I don't know what was proposed, so I guess you'd have to check with Rick Coburn and...
Yeah, because until we know if there's a clear answer on that, I'd like to keep it open for just one more meeting and get that set, just one more meeting.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so Madam Clerk, can you make a note that we'll keep it open until the next meeting in September, I believe, 14th?
Okay, so we are adjourning
Yes.
that public hearing. The second was a call for a public hearing that was made at the August 10th town board meeting. That's resolution 2021-385 to consider an amendment to section 260-64, restoration of damaged structures. All persons wishing to provide comments could appear in person or submit them to the town clerk's office to be read and saved as part of the permanent record. No comments were received by my office.
Okay, we have 2 people who have signed up to talk tonight about this. This is the zoning one you're talking about,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay, Stephanie Fiorentino? Can I have you come to the podium, because we are recording the meeting, so otherwise they can't hear you.
I'm actually here on behalf of a client of mine. I'm a realtor with Hot Real Estate,
And my client had her house listed in March, and we had a sale for, or we had a purchase on it. And the appraiser contacted the zoning board and determined that the property, if damaged in any way, could not be rebuilt as a residential property. Thus, they could not get the mortgage on the property, and it is now temporarily off the market. So my request is to move forward with the resolution and the amendment to allow residential properties to be rebuilt as residential properties.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And Brenda Alessi?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brenda Alessi. I'm the Government Affairs Director for the Buffalo Niagara Association of Realtors. I wanted to thank the Cheektowaga Town Board for your consideration in this matter, and we appreciate you helping us protect the rights of homeowners and encourage growth in Western New York, particularly in Cheektowaga. Thank you for responding to one of our members.
Thank you. Okay. It doesn't look like anybody else has anything to say unless any town board members want to speak. Then I will call the public hearing to a close. Thank you. The consent agenda announcement for tonight. Tonight, we have a consent agenda as part of this meeting. If any council member wishes to remove an item for discussion, please tell me now, and I will remove the item from the consent agenda, and it will be added as a separate resolution item. With that being said, we'll approve. I need a motion to approve the meeting agenda as presented. Councilmember Kaminsky, seconded by Councilmember Rushniak. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
I have a motion by Supervisor Benchkowski, seconded by Councilmember Kaminsky, to approve all items to the consent agenda, including the meeting minutes of August 10th and resolution items 2021-411 through 2021-424. I need a roll call vote to approve the consent agenda. Councilmember Adamczak?
Yes.
Councilmember Hammer?
Yes.
Councilmember Kaminsky? Yes. Councilmember Noah?
Yes.
Councilmember Pilarski?
Yes.
Councilmember Rusiniak?
Yes.
And Supervisor Benchkowski.
Yes.
All items on the consent agenda have passed. We have no separate resolution items, but we do have 2 items under suspension of
Well,
rules.
now we have 3, correct?
Well, we need to add it.
We need
We
a
need to-
motion to add it, or what do we do with that?
You should make a motion to add it to the suspension of rules,
Somebody want to?
because it wasn't actually on the agenda initially.
You need your microphone, Jerry.
Yeah, I'll make the motion.
We have a motion by Councilmember Kaminsky, a second. Councilmember Brian Pilarski. All in favor of adding it as a resolution, as a suspension of rules?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. So we have 3 resolution items. I need a motion to accept all the items under suspension of rules, that is Resolution 2021-426, 427, and now 428.
Is there any way you can put those up on the screen for everybody to see it, or no?
Yes, you can finish this motion, I'll show them if you'd like. However, I don't have the last one.
Oh, okay.
Can I have a motion and a second to accept all suspension of rule items? Councilmember Adamczak? Second? Councilmember Pilarski? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Our first resolution item is 2021-426. It's sponsored by Councilmember Adamczak and seconded by Councilmember Hammer. A vacancy exists in the title of Motor Equipment Operator B in the Sanitation Department. Joseph Roloff, currently employed as a Motor Equipment Operator B in the Highway Department, bid on said vacancy and meets the qualifications for appointment. Joseph Roloff of Cheektowaga, New York, be and hereby is appointed to the position of Motor Equipment Operator B in the Sanitation Department in accordance with the terms and conditions of the town's collective bargaining agreement with the Town of Cheektowaga Employees Association, effective August 25th, 2021.
And on the question? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
Resolution 2021-427 is sponsored by Supervisor Benchkowski, seconded by Councilmember Hammer. A vacancy exists in the title of Park Maintenance Worker 1 in the Facilities Department, Parks Division. Michael Chaika, currently employed as a sewer maintenance worker, bid on said position and meets the necessary qualifications for appointment. Michael Chaika of Chickawaga, New York, being hereby is appointed to the position of Park Maintenance Worker in the Facilities Department, Parks Division, in accordance with the terms and conditions of the town's collective bargaining agreement with the Town of Chickawaga Employees Association, effective August 25th, 2021.
On the question? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
Supervisor, do I have a date for this last resolution?
When do we want to give, effective maybe Monday to give time for the backup department to, is that okay? Because if we make it tomorrow, and I know they're shorthanded, he mentioned something. So let's make it
So Monday the 30th?
Yes.
Resolution 2021-428, sponsored by Supervisor Benchkowski, seconded by Councilmember Hammer. Whereas a vacancy exists in the position of Working Crew Chief in the Facilities Department, Parks Division, Gerald Spreda, currently employed as Motor Equipment Operator in the Sanitation Department, bid on said vacancy and meets the necessary qualifications for appointment. Gerald Spreda of Chickawaga, New York, being and hereby is appointed to the position of Working Crew Chief in the Facilities Department, Parks Division, in accordance with the terms and conditions of the town's collective bargaining agreement with the Town of Chickawaga Supervisory Unit, effective August 30th, 2021.
Anybody on the question? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
That's the end of our resolution items. We have communications. We received minutes from the Environmental Advisory Committee from July 28th, 2021, and we have received 18 notices of claim and petition.
Okay, I have no comments, council members?
Yeah, I just wanted to, earlier on in the evening, we had AMR here, and we were talking to them about some of the response times and things like that. But I do want to commend them. There was an issue on August 11th, a young boy in Sloan, and AMR did a great job on that response, and they should be commended, as well as the volunteer fire service and everybody that that responded to that tragic call. So, you know, as much as we're trying to work through the issues with AMR, make sure that we're making the service the best it can be, they should be commended for when they're doing what they're doing right now. That's so well, and it's tough to do that kind of stuff every day when you see things like that. So I just wanted to say thank you to them and to the volunteer fire service for handling that response as well as they were able to.
Thank you, council member. Anybody else? Okay, we'll go on to public comments. Okay, Dave User. Okay. Well, I should read the public comment period is 15 minutes max, and each speaker may speak only once, and each speaker shall be limited to a maximum of 3 minutes speaking time. So next is Wally. Did you want to talk?
Good evening. My name is Wally Carriero. I live at 948 Dick Road, Cheektowaga, and the first time I'm addressing this board in 30-some years as a resident who pays my taxes. And I just wanted to bring up a couple things. I am currently the vice president of the Dick Urban Community Association, and we are lifting up our pandemic restrictions, if you will. We'll be holding a meeting on September 2nd, 2021. We're not allowed back into the Maryvale school system. However, we are allowed to use the senior center. So this is an open invitation to not only the board, but as well as all the residents of the town of Cheektowaga to come out and see the Dick Urban Community Association. And we have some great ideas. We're going to have a couple speakers there again this month, as well as every month. We do the same thing. The whole goal of the organization is to help with community-minded matters, and that's where we are. With that, the other addition I have is it was brought to my attention that at one point these meetings used to be at 7 p.m. and they were switched to 8 p.m. And some of our membership has a problem attending these meetings starting at 8 p.m. They feel they're a little late, and they would recommend that you reconsider going back to the 7 p.m. time. With that, I'm going to say thank you and have a great evening.
Well, thank you, Wally. Yeah. Okay.
September 2nd.
Thursday, right, Ronnie? It's on a Thursday, correct?
Yes, it is. The first Thursday of the month, and it's 7 p.m. at the senior center.
Anybody else? We still have a couple of minutes if anybody else would like to speak. Okay. We will end the public comment period, and before, well, we have to go back into executive session without any action, so we will adjourn the meeting after the executive session. So we're going back in, and it's, what time is it? 8:18 to, yeah, discuss the proposed lease of real property. So I need a motion and a second. Councilmember Adamczak, seconded by Councilmember Kaminsky. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. No action to follow. Which litigation, though? We have to... Oh, okay. Okay, the employment history. Can we add the employment history of a particular employee? So, did everybody hear that? They were going into executive session for the, discuss the proposed lease of real property and the employment history of a particular person. With no action to follow, and we'll just adjourn right immediately after the executive session.